Judaism, Christianity, and Islam are fragments from the periphery of the African spiritual and cultural system. Fragments from the periphery. They're not even a part of our core.
This whole parable, this whole story of the Garden of Eden, we have to bring it into reality. We have to bring it into our lives, our everyday lives. So now remember, God, his whole purpose, he was controlling Adam and Eve in the garden, trying to keep them away from the tree of knowledge of good and evil and the tree of life so that they would not become gods.
You cannot have a God and then have anything else. If you have a supreme being, it is the only thing that can exist. Nothing else can exist.
And so the devil, in his clever plan, he's already got Catholics thinking about what this guy's going to look like right here. You see the Jesus picture, the guy looking up to heaven and whatever else, or he's knocking at the door gently, you know, that's the Antichrist. I firmly believe that. The devil has been putting that into people's minds for thousands of years.
If anything else exists, then you have more than one supreme being.
How can Christ be a savior of this world and the devil be the God of this world when God and savior is the same word, unless it's the same person?
So the only thing that exists in the African notion of spirituality is God. And there is no notion in any African cultural center of a devil.
Now, they got the tree of knowledge. He cast them out of the garden. They went on, they later died. God destroys the world. Then he saves Noah and his family. They replenish the world. He gives us more laws. He becomes more controlling. Don't do this. Thou shalt not that. I will kill this. I will be jealous.
Somebody has decided to take authority over you. Tells you when they want you to die, tells you when they want you to live. Tell you what degree you can express your living and what degree you can't. It tells you whether you can love your mate, it tells you when you can't. It tells you how to handle your children and tells you how you shouldn't.
Then Jesus comes along and says, hey, follow me, obey God's rules, obey God's laws, follow me and you will get into heaven. He gives you laws, he gives you rules, he gives you things to follow.
Grown ass men, ooh, Jesus, slobbing at the mouth. Guess what? I was there. I did that in church. But I'm going to tell you right now, the energy that you feel is like grandma rubbing you on the back. I'm telling you, they got these gods invoking the energy of our grandfathers and grandmothers.
See, y'all niggas don't even know Jesus, talking about, I love Jesus Christ and I'm with. You don't even know the character and what the character would and wouldn't do. Because you ain't studied Jesus. You just know the perception that the church gave you. You never really read the story of Jesus and read what the fuck he did.
And that's why a chick will cuss her grandma out, but get on her knees to Christ, though. Her mama bled for her and went through all that pain to give birth to her, but she'll cuss mama out and get on her knees to Christ, who said he died for you. He went through pain for you. He covered you in his blood. No, your mama covered you in her blood when you was born.
Remember, we get our law from Ezra, the book of Ezra. We get it from Moses. We have laws, we have rules, we have things to follow for what? To keep us away from the tree of life.
We put on the symbols of Africa, but we don't want to take on the essence of Africa. To take on the essence of Africa, then you have to see yourself as God expressing itself in this time and space.
Jesus ain't never healed nobody, nigga. I'm telling you, as Jesus today. I'm Jesus of today, nigga, and I'm telling you, it don't work like that.
That means you have authority over the world. If you're not ready to take responsibility for the world, you can't have authority over the world. And if you don't take authority over the world, somebody in the world will have authority over you.
So now, let's bring this into reality. What can we find to fit the description of God in the Bible? Our government system.
So that when we begin to look at economic terrorism, We can see why economic terrorism is so effective against us, because the psycho-spiritual terrorism have been so successful.
So now let's start talking about religion in relation to let there be light, to show you how science is in the bed with the church.
What does our government system gives us? It gives us laws. It gives us rules.
And we try to comply because we want to hang on to what is called life, yet none of us can determine when we're going to die, and none can determine how much time we've got.
It gives us entertainment. It gives us sports.
So whatever world they want to create, they got to give you the ideology for it in TV first.
Hill, it's called the placebo effect. When the mind believes something so much, it becomes true because you believe it. And if you believed in Jesus enough, just like y'all believe the doctor all the damn time, it's your beliefs that create half the fucking viruses they put out there to say that it's out there. Your beliefs make it real. So
What is death? And if your only reference to the knowledge of death comes from your enemy, and he uses the fear of death to keep you in check, then you better question what his definition of death is.
The religious leaders hid the truth about our holographic universe behind the devil, Jesus.
Because before we were here in this consciousness, before we were here in this manifestation, we existed according to our culture. That means we've been in existence longer than we've been in this expression.
Now they told you that these gods were really holographic light bodies that fell into the earth like a fallen angel and incarnated here with missions. But what they don't tell you is that you're that God. You're that holographic light body. The real you is a light being.
But the Spirit gives power to the Antichrist and to the Father. He brings them light. He empowers them. It's a spirit there.
What the fuck going on? Why did we lose all of this advanced knowledge? Because niggas started getting into fairy tales and goddamn sky daddies.
That the only thing that exists is the Creator. Then what the heck are you? You are but an aspect of its expression in time and space. Some of us like to say we are beings having a human experience.
It gives us everything to distract us and keep us away from what? The tree of life. Damn, I'm good. I'm good. But let me get a high five.